Well, everybody, that was a fun summer, and now it's time to put the RV trailer away. What we need to do is a full winterization of it, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do that. So stick around, grab your pen and paper, and you're going to see how easy it is. So I like to go through a drawer that I keep. You know, it's got a bunch of tools and stuff and like that. And make sure that you take all your batteries out of there as well, because we're going to be storing it here for the winter time. And we don't want our batteries you know, starting to corrode and corrode other stuff as well. So we just make sure you grab all the stuff out of your trailer that you're not going to be using or whatnot through the winter time. Besides the obvious, you know, you definitely want to make sure everything's clean in here, that there's absolutely zero food sources for any rodents to eat up if they're stuck in your trailer as well. So we'll make sure that everything gets cleaned out, exterior gets washed. One of the things that gets missed all the time is your awning, right? Make sure you pull that awning out, but you want to make sure that you put that away nice and dry so that it's not moldy in the springtime when you go to pull that thing out. So just another thing, we're going to go through the hot water tank, we're going to go through the water system, and we're going to do everything here. So let's get started. Up again, we're going to dump our freshwater tank. So we're going to dump it right here from our external valve. It's going to go outside. This is the freshwater, and we're going to get that as empty as we possibly can, and we'll continue to work away here. We're going to go to the hot water tank next. And so essentially every system is a little bit different, but it is kind of the same at the same time. This is my cold water coming in and out of my hot water tank. So what I want to do, we don't fill the hot water tank up with antifreeze. We just leave it drained and isolated, and we open up our bypass. So when we connect our water up and we're running through the hot water line, it'll actually just go through this valve and loop back instead of filling up the hot water tank. A good time to take a look at your hot water system here. I'm going to end up replacing my valve here next spring. I notice it does actually leak a little bit once things get heated up, but everything's been working really good there so far. And we're going to pop out our Sacrificial anode and take a look at that and see what kind of job that's done. Pressure from the system. Okay, so we've got that out. We can see our Sacrificial anode has been attacked here, right? That's exactly what we want it to do, and it's a good sign that our hot water heater is intact, and it's important to make sure that this is in good shape. So if you don't know what the Sacrificial anode actually does, it's a corrosion protection device. Actually, you've got dissimilar metals inside the heater, and when you have dissimilar metals like that, it wants to corrode, and by giving it a softer metal to corrode first, it'll always go to that particular piece there. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a close-up here, show you how pitted that is. It's nice and smooth when I put that in at the beginning of the year. There's still lots of life left in this one here. I'll keep this one in for another season for sure. But it's definitely a critical piece of equipment that you want to make sure that you have in your hot water heater if it requires it. They don't all require it. Rumor is if it's got a plastic cap, the way that it comes, you don't need one. It ain't gonna hurt if you put one in, but just if it's got one, make sure that you put one back in. And they're only like 10 bucks, right? So it's what happens if this is not corroding, that means your tubes inside your water heater are going to corrode, and you don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to just by finger put my Sacrificial anode back in there. Just I store my trailer away from here, so just make it tight enough it doesn't vibrate out. And that is complete. You can see my freshwater tank is now finished draining, so that's good. We will dump a little tiny bit of antifreeze in there just in case there's a little bit of residual water. Okay, so we're going to pour a little bit into my freshwater tank here. Doesn't need a lot. I'll just put maybe a cup or two. Okay, and that's all that we need. Just enough to prevent any freezing of any liquid that might be trapped somewhere. Cap that off. And I'm gonna leave my my freshwater line open, so I might actually see some antifreeze come out of there at some point. But like I said, I'm gonna move my trailer to another location for storage, and when we leave that open and the trailer's going up and down hills, around corners, it has a chance to like really get everything out of there, right? So that's why I'm going to leave that open for now. We're going to tidy up all our hoses here, and I'll get on to the next thing. So you want to make sure that you get everything out of your storage compartments and stuff like that. Your water filters, you could store them straight up, you know, so that they can all drain out and not get all frozen up. Any hoses you got should be blown out if you've got water in them. If you want to keep storing them in here, I'm going to be using my Sani stuff here as well, and I'm going to do a flush on the tanks. And I would just say, if you're going to leave your barbecues and all that stuff inside, that you end up giving it a good clean, right? And put everything away clean, and then you're good to go come springtime. And they make it super easy on this pump here. This is my freshwater system that comes in from the freshwater tank. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn that pump on, and I'm going to let the water kind of come out of there, and that will essentially bleed it off any water that's in the line. So I'll turn my water pump on and just turn a tap on until it starts to cavitate right there. Okay, so there's no more water there. I'm going to shut that off so it doesn't, and I'm going to isolate that water line. And now I'm going to grab some of the antifreeze. Just going to put that in there. I'm going to open up this valve. And now the concept here is, instead of pulling fresh water off the tank, it's just going to pull antifreeze right out of the tank here. So that's all we're really going to do is run the lines here, and I'll show you how. We're going to turn on our water pump. You'll see right away, because there's no water, it wants to fill up, so it's going to pull into there. Now I've got my cold water tap on, and you can see it's pink here, so we've got good flow. We're going to do the same with the hot water. See, it's clear. Okay, until it's nice pink. We're going to continue doing that with all of our water lines. Hot side and cold side. Okay, don't forget the toilet. Now we're going to flush some down, and we're going to leave that there Now the shower. Let's try not to get it outside. Okay, nice and pink. And again, both taps. Okay, nice and pink. Now on my water valve here coming into the trailer, I don't have a valve there or anything, but I can just kind of crack that and see that little bit of water come out. Okay, so we'll get rid of that there as well. There we go. See some pink there. That's what we need. Okay, so that's good. And one more, you don't want to forget this one. It's the one that gets missed all the time. And that's for your outside shower if you have one. Any of those external things, you got to make sure that they all get it. See the clear water there? That would have burst my hose. Hot water side. So it's nice and pink. I like to use this little valve here, and I'm going to do a back flush on my tanks. So I'm going to screw all this on first, just so it's easier to turn the water on once I get it underneath the trailer. Okay, so I'm going to back flush my tanks here, and so what that means is I'm going to actually stop the water from going down the hose, and I'm going to push it back into the tank individually, first the black tank, and we'll swoosh it back and forth 3 times or until it's clear, and that way we know that we've got our tanks nice and clean. So let's get started. We're going to open up the black right there. Okay, so the water is now going in to the black system. Let's see if we can get a picture of that. So you can see it actually pushing around here, and it's actually going into the black tank because this valve is closed here. So we're going to continue to flush things until everything is clear. Okay, so even while we're filling that up, you see how it's clear? I'm going to dump it, give it a bit of a dump. And we can close it back up again. Okay, so we'll make sure that our disposal hoses here are all nice and cleaned up and inside and out and properly drained, so we don't end up with a big glob of shit in there. And they're all ready for the spring. So I guess the last 2 items here that I have, other than washing and all that, is to remove my propane tanks. I like to go get them filled up, right? Because we use propane in the winter time here for, you know, ice fishing stuff or whatnot. So I'll use that to fill up my 1-pound cylinders. And I'll also remove the batteries once I get the trailer parked. I'll remove the batteries, I'll put them in the garage. My garage does not ever get down in the freezing temperatures. The coldest I've actually seen, even when it's minus 25 out here, is +5 in the trailer, so, or +5 in the house here in the garage. So I feel confident leaving the batteries there. I will store them on top of some plywood, and I will alternate those batteries through the winter and just give a bit of a trickle charge on them to make sure that the levels stay well maintained through the winter time. The other thing I will do is my solar panels. I'll shut off my breaker to the solar panels and to the batteries, and that'll be pretty much it for the trailer. And I'll get scrubbing this awning here and giving it a good wash here momentarily, and hey, I'll see you at the next fix it.